Hello everyone, I'm Rahul Kinchi and I welcome you all to the another talk on our DeCodeCafe channel. And today we have a special guest and a good friend of mine, Dhiraj Chauhan. A very little intro from my side about him is that he's an MLS fellow. He's a GSOC 2022 student and he's a GitHub Campus Expert and he has his own community that is Cerritus Coders where he empower folks with open source, technical guidance, mentorship, and many more. And talking about today's theme, we will be talking about GitHub Campus Expert program. So uh, we will talk about the application process and how it is different from campus ambassador and student programs. And we will at the end understand that why is it important to understand the right mind why is it important to have the right mindset before applying to the especially talking about the GitHub Campus Expert program. So let's get started, and before that please send a thumbs up to show us your energy so that we can get to know that you all are watching. Okay, I'll start with the thumbs up thing.
Sure, I would give it to.
Yeah, I believe we should start. Uh, yes, hi Dhiraj, how it's going? And would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself? As I know that you have a lot of stuff in your pocket, but yeah, let's get started.
Yeah, no worries. Hey Rahul, it's going great, and hello everyone. I'm Dhiraj Chauhan. As Rahul already introduced about my tech stuff, I'll just talk about that. I'm third year CS student. I like to code a lot, as all you might have already know. I believe in public learning, and I'm constantly eager to learn new stuff and enjoy sharing with what I've learned with others. Just like Rahul said, I have my community set as coders, where we are trying to help community members in the same way what believe in encouraging open source and other stuff. I have conducted a lot of sessions to encourage and mentor students towards programming, open source, and yeah, that's all about me.
Yeah, that was great. So I would like to start this talk by understanding like what is exactly the GitHub Campus Expert program.
Yeah, sure. So it's a quite unique program, if I would say. So it's an educational program from GitHub, GitHub education team, and they are basically the program is about encouraging and helping the student leaders or the people who are interested in community in their local community, and basically helping them to learn the skills to build and grow a community, which is while making sure that it's inclusive community, it's diverse, and it has its own missions and having proper pathway for following their mission and solving shared struggles in a community.
Right, and also like it is focusing a lot on diversity and inclusion and like
Yes.
talking about things like how they can involve all types of people, not like talking about different gender,
Yeah.
caste, creed, things like that. Like we all know about the campus ambassador program that companies run to like do marketing of their uh, things, and so like we also have some student programs. So can you make us understand that how is it different from other student programs and campus ambassador programs? And like for the people who don't know what is campus ambassador program, so you can just give us a little bit intro about this all this type of programs.
Sure. So usually campus ambassador programs are from the company who try to build a community or try to have um, a a group of people or students in the college. Let's say if I have a company and I have a product, so I would just run a student program and build a community around campuses and different campuses, and I can basically have one campus ambassador for one campus, so that they can talk about my product and have sessions, and I can basically help them to do those stuff from my company side. Now, this is a simple campus ambassador from my, according to me. Now, there are programs which do this plus help in community in their own way. Like there is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, which is more than just what I said about Campus Ambassador. And there are a lot of folks who are doing great work via that particular program. And there is Google Developer Student Club, which again talks about the community part, plus also exposing the campus with the Google technologies, having different domains while the program is there in the campus. Now, when we talk about GitHub Campus Expert program, or when I talked about the other programs, let it be MLSA or let it be GDSE, these programs have something in common, which is promoting something which is given by the company. Now, if I'm talk about GDSE, so GDSE has different domains which GDSE will run. So let's say there will be Android campaign will be going on. There will be GDSE Cloud campaign will going on, etc., etc. Even the GDSE page itself says, and I think if you are a JDSE lead, you might have already known that there will be campaigns which you have to run in your campus to promote the technology and helping students to gain that particular knowledge regarding that field. But when we talk about GitHub Campus Expert, uh, the program is not about promoting GitHub technologies or anything which is related to GitHub. So the education team, they have a simple mission that they want to empower the student leaders or people who are interested in the community and helping them or giving them skills, or basically, if I want to say, training them to build and grow technology communities or communities which can empower other communities or students which are there. And basically, with in simple words, I can say they are just trying to help communities or help student leaders or help people who are into communities with training, mentorship, and support from GitHub. Now, again, just like GDSE or just like MLSA, Microsoft helps them to do sessions or events, and GitHub also helps the GitHub Campus Expert by giving them support by for the resources, monetary support, and other stuff which you get from GitHub. Yeah.
That was quite great difference. Folks will understand about this when they will start applying for it. So can you please explain us about why is it important to be a part of the technical communities? Because students are where at the initial stage they be like this will not help us in getting placements. So why to be they think this community thing is like co-curricular activities that they used to do in school. So like how why is it important as a technical or as a non-technical student to like to engage in these communities and to be a part of it?
Sure. So when we talk about why, okay, let me just get it clear first that why you should even engage in communities. And there are multiple examples from people who have been into communities, and the main reason is that you get to learn, collaborate with people, network with people, and having the overall fun while being part of something which you already like. Let's say if I'm interested in Google technologies, I'm interested in cloud stuff. So I would like to be in a community, or let's say for now a group of people where we are talking about Google technologies, where we're talking about cloud technologies. The same goes with being part of the technologies. And then the networking side, the learning side, the collaborating side is that has the weightage being in the communities a lot. And there have a lot of folks, if you ask me that what I've gotten, I had the whole blog ready to mention that what basically I actually even have it open so that I just would like to share the same. But the basic, even the title was that how being part of tech communities can help you grow, and it's just pretty simple that it helps you let your fear go out if you're a person who is introvert or a person who always has fear to talk about something or even share their resources or even share their particular projects. I guess community is a place where you can just be as inclusive as possible and just talk about the stuff which you like, and being around the people who are having the same struggle as you. So if someone wants to be in a community where they are all all they are not having proper resources, and if there is a community which tries to solve them, so they would like to be there and do the same when others are feeling the same. And if I just want to share about my stuff, that I've always been an introverted person in my whole life, and that has always stopped me from connecting with folks and being part of basically different communities. I knew about communities, but I was never interested much. But then I joined MLH community, and it has totally changed the way I used to think. Even I used to see the communities. It has influenced me like in many ways, and seeing folks help each other, learn, build, and most importantly, collaborating on stuff. That is like the most important part which you can gain out of the communities, and that is all I wanted to share. But going little bit behind that, we just talked about why you should join the communities. Let's talk about why communities should even be there in the in a when we talk about a local space. When you're talking about our college, why do we need a technical community to be there? Everyone knows. We will talk about that. Okay, I'm from a tier 3 college, I do not get that many resources. I'm from that particular part of the world, or I'm that particular part of the uh, my city, where we don't usually talk about this part. And when you have a community, or let's say even if you don't have a community, but you are thinking to, you know that there are people around you which surround and have the same struggle as you, that people are not talking about cloud, or people are not talking about YouTube, or people are just not talking about something which is part of the something which everyone is struggling with. And that's when you think that if there was a space where just everyone can just come around and collaborate and just learn while solving something the same struggle, I believe that's where the community part comes in, and everyone can just learn, build, collaborate together. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I would like to add one thing into that just like we have large communities, so if we go there and talk about things, maybe sometimes we don't get the reply. But if we have local
Yeah.
communities, for example, I can talk with my faculty and I can get the answer. But if I go and talk with my HOD, he will be busy sometimes. So I can get my answer easily with my faculty. Just like that, when we have a local community, we can like get our answers and our questions resolved easily. And talking about like larger communities, sometimes we get late replies or things like that. So it is
Yeah.
important to have local communities, and these local communities also like be a part of larger communities, but they are just the sub parts of the communities. Talking about open
Yes.
source, like your Celtics coders is also a part of like it also encourage open source. So if
Yeah.
someone who will directly go to Edijody's community, it will happen that sometimes they will not get the reply. But if that person will reach out to the Seritas coders, for example, then there are chances that that person will easily get the reply. Uh, yeah, talking about the application process thing, can we go to the website and look for the application process of how to apply for this program? But before that, you can also share your blog if you like to like share it in a.
It's actually in my Notion right now, but
It's
I
okay.
can share
You
it.
can share
But
it, yeah,
okay,
afterwards.
I will
Like
just,
you
yeah, I
can
can
share
just
it
share it
now.
afterwards. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, okay.
Just the point I wanted to add about the large community is, it I think it depends a lot. If like if I was going to start right now, I would be pretty scared to ask something in that big of community where people will just judge me, having that fear. While this might not be true for everyone, but I do believe that there might be people that who believes the same as mine. But yeah, as you said, there has to be. While it's not always gonna be true that okay, if there is a big community, that doesn't mean people will not get the most out of it. I think they also have a lot of impact on beginners by just doing something great. But yeah, I do believe that having local communities and letting the local people contribute more to the community and giving their own touch, I think that's also even important.
That's true. So should we like get to the website thing and application process?
Yeah, sure. I will just screen share. I hope I do not reveal too much of screen, but I will try my best. Uh, uh, um, nice. I cannot find that tab, so give me just one sec. Uh, okay. I hope you all can see my screen, which is just the GitHub
Yes.
Campus Expert. Okay. So as you can see, this is the normal page, and you can read about the stuff and what is the program about, which I just said. But if you want to learn more about it, it's right here. Now, these are obviously other campus experts, and we'll talk about the campus experts and how you can connect with your campus experts soon. We'll let you know. Okay, now become a campus expert. So that's how the application starts. So I'll just click here. Now it says start your application. I will just, okay, now let's start your application. I hope it doesn't let me say login, but yeah. Okay, you cannot see the screen. Epic. I'm just, I forgot that I was sharing a tab. Just one sec. Uh, uh, um, okay, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, cool. Okay, can you all see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the application. This is pretty much easier to fill by. But now the question comes, which are these four? Briefly introduce yourself, introduce your community. Why do you want to become a GitHub Campus Expert? And how will the Campus Expert program enable this to support your local community better? Now, talking about briefly introduce yourself, it seems as pretty as simple, but as you might have already heard that never just answer the question directly and try to always have something which is related to the form itself. So, if I wanted to briefly introduce myself again, I would still do the same thing which I did last time, which was introducing myself while also talking about the community experience I have, or why am I filling this form. Just a little bit of hints in that particular answer. I think that's an easy way to let the person know that, okay, this person is introducing themselves and also having the hint of the that how much they are interested in the program. Now, briefly introducing your community. Now, I just wanted to say one, two things before we move on to this. Just because this program exists, that does not mean you need a community to be there, or basically your community, like that you are leading. One doesn't need to lead their community. It's more about having or being part of that okay. As Vishal is already asking, do we require to have our own community before applying? We do not require to have our own community before applying. You can be part of a community and be part of the core team, or being part of the community, just like uh, yeah, being part of the community. Let's say if someone from Certus Coders had to apply, and if they're part of the core team, or if they're just a person who has been contributing to the community, they can still apply because they're being part of the community, which is also trying to solve something at that time, right? So I believe you do not need a community, your own community. I believe even if you are contributing to the community, if you're part of some GDSE, MLSA, part of any community which you have been contributing, I think you can pretty much talk about that community here and have your own touch that, okay, this community has been trying to solve this and all those stuff. Do mention the mission of the community, do mention what are the struggles there, and yeah, talk about that how the community is helping the students, how the community has helped you if you have your experience. I think that's an easy way to uh, write this question and answer. I still believe this two are easy to get done because if you're filling this form, you might have already an idea of about your community or the community you have been contributing to. So yeah, now the next question comes, and as usual, as the other forms usually have the questions. Why do you want to become a GitHub Campus Expert? Now, this is not a technical way to answer a question. It's not a technical question that why do you want to apply for this role, or why do you want to you know uh, get to this position. It has a lot of, in my sense, it has a lot of different weightage. And if you want to answer a question, first you will talk about your community again, and just mention that I have been part of this community. I have been doing this work at this community. um, these are the struggles that I see a lot of. um, And talking about that, after that, I think it's a great way to mention that why do you want to become a GitHub Campus Expert? Why do you want to? What is your passion to solve the community struggle which you are seeing now? Just because um, you want to participate in this program, you do not have to like find the struggles, while applying. If you are applying for this uh, particular program, and if you have been into community, you might have already seen the struggle which is already going there in the community. And I believe that's already your answer to your question, that what are the struggles, why do you want to solve them, what is your passion to solve them. And rather than just mentioning that I want to help the students, I don't believe that's a great way to tell them that you want to become a GitHub Campus Expert. You should be having a proper plan that if I want to do something, this is my mission, and these are the reasons I'm doing this, rather than just saying that I want to help. Now, um, yeah, is there any question before that?
Also,
Anyone?
like when talking about the struggles, mostly the one thing which comes to the mind of student is that we are not getting resources and we are not getting sponsorship. But there are other struggles too that one need to know, because if you are just writing that we need sponsorship, we need money to run
Yeah.
programs, this is not the only struggle. This is the most common struggle, I believe. But there are a lot of other struggles that one need to know before applying to this program to understand the community
Yes.
more clear way.
That's actually true. That's where the part comes that if you have been part of the communities, then you do not need to find answers like that, and you will already pretty much have like answering what is the need of the program around me, and not just like being part of the program. When I was applying, I was pretty much sure that okay, this program is going to help me in this different ways, and this will give me a platform to get resources and basically help my community shape my community by getting those training and getting those resources, right? And this is also a good way to answer all your community experience here, that I've been part of this communities, I've contributing here in this way, and this is the reason I want to become campus expert, and all those things also you have to think it's a great way to plug in right here. um, yeah. Going to the next question, which is how will the campus expert program enable you to support your local community better? Now, you have to understand one thing, that if you're applying, again, I'm gonna say the same thing. If you're applying and if you have seen the struggles, it's gonna be you will already have an abstract in your mind that how will the program is gonna help you. If you have read about the program, if you read about what GitHub education team has been doing, or if you have read about the other GitHub campus experts which are doing and what are they solving in their community, you will already have an abstract in your mind that what Campus Expert program will bring to my community. Now, everybody would like to have resources. Uh, Everybody would like to have some resources and monetary resources for the events in the community. But I believe there is much more to the program than just having or getting some resources, right? You can talk about that, how if you had GitHub Campus Expert program, or let's say if you were the GitHub Campus Experts right now, how would how would your community would be different? How would have that helped? How would have that helped your community, right? So I think try to think in that manner, that if I was a GitHub Campus Expert, then I would have gotten help in this terms. My community would have been happening this, or this struggle would have been an easy way to get to the solving that particular struggle, or creating a supportive environment from the GitHub itself too, right? So I believe try to think in that manner, it will help, I guess, in that terms. Yeah. Rahul, you have something on it?
Yeah, I wanted to tell that most of the people, even I did in my first application time, that we need to like avoid duplicacy. For example, if I'm writing
Yes.
about my community in briefly introduce the community, that I should actually tell about what were the activities, what are the plans and mission, and I don't need to tell about the struggles at this question. I need to tell the struggles at the another question. What I
Yeah.
did my first application was I explained all about my community in briefly introduce the community. Then I wrote the same some few points same in the next question, which made my application got reject.
Yeah,
So we need to avoid duplicacy. We need to like be more clear with what we are writing, and
yeah.
we just need to like round off things like this. We just need to be clear and like straightforward with the question.
That's actually true because usually the thing is that these questions are pretty much similar, and I think there is a reason they have done it. I'm not sure why, but what I believe the reason they have done is to get the actual answer rather than having that duplicacy part, right? Because if I'm introducing my community, they want some direct answers. They want what your community is about and all the other stuff which has been happening, right? The plan, the mission, and the other stuff. Now, when you're talking about why you want to become a GitHub Campus Expert, the answer would be that I want to do all the plannings which is happening there and having all those right here too. But how will you apply all those missions which you talk about? How will you solve those questions, right? When you talk about how will it help, try to think in a manner that you are a GitHub Campus Expert right now, and how is that program is helping you. So if you will think about that way, I think it's an easy way to get um, the answer and reach the answer. And yeah, also I would do tell people that do check out other communities, do check out other GitHub Campus Experts, or even other programs, and see how they what they are doing using that particular program, what are they getting out of it, and how are they using it. I think it's gonna give you a good abstract of what the community gets help, according to me, I guess. So yeah, about the next one, do check all the programs if you're part of it. As I've already said, do talk about the every program which you're part of it, and do plug in because that's gonna make sure that okay, you're a community person and you have been doing something and you are not new to this field, right? And yeah, there are just simple check and check plus. I guess you can, if you heard up from here, then maybe you can do other. I'm not sure if there is at an event. I guess that's a good way to plug in about us. But yeah, um, yeah, I guess that's all about from the application side. If you have any questions, I guess we are gonna go to that side. If I'm not wrong.
Also, Dhiraj, like, can you please explain the eligibility criteria? Like,
Oh
one should have.
yes, we
Yeah.
didn't talk about that. Yeah. So eligibility criteria as far as I know, all you need to have is GitHub Student Developer Pack. That's kind of needed. You should be 18 plus, and other than that, you should be in your college. Now it doesn't need to be engineering college. It just needs to be a post secondary college. You're doing masters or you're doing your engineering or the part. You should have more than 1 year left as as a student before graduating. So if I'm in third year right now, I can still apply again, but I cannot apply, I guess, if I'm in fourth year because that is having less than my um, 1 year than graduation. You should also be a GitHub user for at least, I guess, 6 months. And yeah, that's it. I guess that's all it's needed to be part of the application process.
Question
Oh, how
from.
do they get to know
Okay.
in which college I'm in? So after you become GitHub Campus Expert, so basically the flow is, once you become a GitHub Campus Expert, they ask you to, you can pretty much onboard your college into GitHub Education. There is some program which lets GitHub externship to your campus. So if I'm GitHub Campus Expert once, so my training has been done. So soon I will be becoming GitHub Campus Expert. So using that position, I can get my campus into. I'm not sure what the program is called. It's I
GitHub
think
Campus program.
no, not that. So basically, if I become GitHub Campus Expert from my campus, I can bring GitHub externship, which is an 90-day
Yeah,
internship from GitHub side.
that's
Okay,
what
that
I'm
only.
saying. Like
Okay.
to get a Like if you want a
Yeah.
GitHub externship, then your college should have GitHub Campus program. It should be enrolled
Yeah.
in the GitHub Campus program. I just applied for it, so I know
Oh,
about this.
nice. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
So
good.
my like the faculty need to apply for this GitHub Campus program.
Oh, they have to?
Yeah, the faculty need to do it, and it's like the university should have a GitHub organization and things like that. Then one should one can become the GitHub externship. One can become the part of GitHub externship program.
But I
So
think
first your college
if,
is enrolled.
yeah, so there are two ways, right? One, college can apply, or we can let the campus apply, right? Something like that.
Like we can't apply for the GitHub Campus program, and to be a part of GitHub, to like apply for the GitHub externship program, my college need to be a part of GitHub Campus program. Then only I can apply for GitHub externship program.
So
I
we
got to know
can,
it from one of my senior who just
oh,
got into the GitHub externship program. He told me that your college need to be a part of GitHub Campus program. Then only you can apply for GitHub
so
externship program.
what I have
Because
heard
it is
is, as a GitHub campus expert, we can add our college directly rather than having any process, I guess.
okay. I didn't know that,
I
but I'll
guess.
look into
I
it.
guess.
So
But
there
yeah.
are some more questions.
Yeah.
Can there be multiple GitHub Campus experts from one college?
So I have talked with the person who reviews all the training and checks out the videos and applications. He has said that they try to make sure that there is not more than one GitHub campus experts from one college. But I have seen some colleges having more than one. I guess it. I mean,
It's
I'm
like
really not sure why, but yeah.
if there are more than 5,000 students in the university from the same branch, then only that university can have more than one GitHub Campus expert, as of I
Okay,
know.
got it, got it. I think that does make sense because again, that's a really large crowd, so it does make sense to
Yeah.
help. It
So,
to be
talk,
honest, it
yeah.
depends on that if you are applying for GitHub Campus Expert and if you are having the same stuff which the other already a GitHub Campus Expert is doing, there's no sense to have another person do the same thing, I guess.
Yeah. So, talk here is asking while applying, how does GitHub know in which college I am in?
So while you are applying, I don't think so. They ask about your college, but I'm pretty sure there are ways they can get to know. And
But like,
um,
I don't get this question. It's like we need to tell that where we are pursuing our engineering and
oh
like
yes,
what
in
as a student
introduction,
what we are
yeah,
doing. So yes,
yeah.
then
So
they
they
will
will
surely
pretty
know
much
about
get to
it.
know. Yeah.
And also talking about the interview round, the second round. Can you please tell about something about the interview round? The
Sure. So
second round,
once the
video interview.
application round is over, I don't think so. It's on rolling basis, or it is on rolling basis. I'm actually not sure. But once you fill out the application, you will get a video stuff, which is pretty simple. When I'm saying pretty simple, I'm saying that you just need to record a video. That's it. I don't think so. There are much questions to it. There are once you will get the mail, you will. There are some questions, and they will get to. They basically don't want you to answer, they just want you to know that we expect something like this. You can, so this is not any other program. That's why because it's like it tells you to record a 5 minute video, a max 5 minute video, where you can talk about everything which you have just talked in the last time, but more with validation and more planning and more uh, ways to make GitHub believe that I'm the perfect fit, and why am I applying, and how will it enable the community around me, and how will I will be the changing I will be changing stuff. Yeah, yeah. So I hope that
And
clears.
yeah, and like it is the most exclusive like program.
Yes.
Yeah, it only selects few students only. Like don't know about the percentage rate, but for the February code, only 67 students from all around the world
Yes.
got selected for the GitHub Campus Expert.
And there are around always 10,000 plus applications, and that's a large number. And I've talked with the person who reviews the application, and they said that they are always gonna make sure that they are not making the program too not exclusive. And when we are saying exclusive, is because they are picking the right amount, right people, and making sure that they have the plan and the stuff ready, because it's easy for one person to say that, oh yeah, I'm ready to help people around me. But community just doesn't work with just having something in mind of helping, because that's everyone has been doing from the start of their life without even thinking about community. Then why is there that you want to build a community or being part of the community? So there are perks, there are different struggles, there are different things which you want to do, right, while being in the community. So yeah.
So I believe there are no more questions. Let's just wait for more 30 seconds. If we
Sure.
won't get questions, then we can wind up, or else we'll take the questions.
Sure. And also, one last thing that I would like to add is, it's little for future, but even if you don't get selected for the program, that doesn't mean you will stop doing the contribution. Or if you become, then only I will start uh, doing something which I thought about when I was applying for Campus Expert. Don't wait. The program is just for that. You will get resource, and it will help you build your community. Uh, no doubt on that. But that doesn't mean that you will not do it if you don't become one. Rahul has been doing for more than a year. I have been doing for more than 6 months before we started the community part. Sorry, before we even applied for GitHub Campus Expert. So always make sure that you have that goal and mission always ready to solve. What proofs we can give to them that what awesome work we are doing for community? I think your profile does speak about it, but they do not ask about your profile links. But there are questions, as I said, talk about these things which I was doing. When I was applying, I talked about my contribution to the GDAC core team in my campus. I talked about my contribution to the community, and these are really simple ways you can just talk about while um, why do you want to become one, or introducing about yourself, that okay, I've been into communities, or I like this community and etc stuff. I think that's an easy way to just let them know. And pretty sure you can just reach out and not reach out right there, and it will be an easy way to get it done. They will be making sure that okay, yeah, some person is saying and it's done.
So I believe there are no more questions. Uh,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, so yes, that was pretty much about the GitHub Campus Expert program.
Yeah.
And I hope students have understood it more clearly. And I also want to emphasize the importance of doing community work. Like if even if you don't get selected, in spite of the fact that the program are here to help us, but we shouldn't lose motivation since whatever we
Yeah.
do for the community will always come back to us in a great way. So yeah, lastly, I want to thank you, Dhiraj, for taking out your time and explaining things to us. And do you have any closing remarks? So we can end
Sure.
this.
I would just like to say that always ready for stuff related to the community and helping people for getting started for stuff. You have been doing great work from the last time, and I've been saying it, and it's. I would definitely like to help anytime and give back to the community. Lastly, I would just like to say, as we already said, the program is just there to encourage people and build the community, but that doesn't mean we are gonna stop doing the contribution we have already been doing. And one more last thing I would like to say is, you don't have to join it for the sake of joining it. Always have stuff ready, that what, as I said, you have to think in a position that if you are a GitHub Campus expert, then what will you be doing? And if you don't have an answer, I believe it's not a right time for you to apply, because if you are not able to think of an answer right now, that what will you be getting after you become one, then I believe there is not much for you to apply right now, not never. But yeah, that's all I would like to say. Thanks for having me, Rahul. It was super fun, and I hope you all had fun, I guess. And yeah,
So yes, thanks a lot everyone for joining, and we will meet in the next video. Bye.
bye.